It feels fantastic to be able to say the following words. Hello and welcome back to WITM Ka Wrestling. Now, it's been a long time since we have been able to stream any WITM content for several reasons. As everybody knows, WWE 2K20 became completely unplayable. We tried our best to make it work and did about 40 episodes worth of content on WWE 2K20 for WITM Season 6. And then my game became literally unplayable. I couldn't play any matches anymore that involved CAWs or custom arenas. I couldn't do any promo scenes without them looking like they were shot with a potato camera and way off center and everything. And then also on one of our board members, a very close friend of both myself and Dalton Roush, not only character in our universe, but also another WITM board member along with myself, Austin Zimmerman, the creator behind Zimms, and several other of our WITM characters, died in a car crash. And so between that and WWE 2K20 being literally unplayable, we have not done any new content for a while, but now WWE 2K22 is out. As you can see, we are on WWE 2K19 because we are going to do a couple more episodes using WWE 2K19 to explain what happened between the unexpected end of WITM Season 6, where we kind of left on a cliffhanger with some random matches on NXT, leading up to now, where we will be going into WITM Season 7 on WWE 2K22. We're going to see what happened to the characters between now and then. As you can see in the title, we are going to be seeing the last few matches of the Zimms character, and saying one last emotional goodbye to our dear friend Austin and his characters, and all his contributions he made to WITM. And then it's probably going to be about a 2-part episode. And then following that, once we have all the creations and stuff we need for 2K22, we'll be bringing you regular content on there and starting WITM Season 7. So, like I said, we're going to be doing a prologue on here on 2K19 first. I'm going to be showing you a clip from Season 6 that kind of reminds you where we left off way back in August 2020 when we had our last few recordings, and then we'll get into the prologue. I hope you enjoy. I hope you're looking forward to WITM Season 7 as much as we are, as well as a little bit of info on how we got to WITM Season 7. Enjoy. Braun Strowman is going to start things off for the faces. Zimms will start things off for the Legion. Of course, the interesting dynamic in this matchup is not only are you facing your opponents, but you're kind of facing your tag team partner too, because you must be the man to pin or submit one of the members of the opposition in order to be the man who walks out of Backlash as the Universal Champion. Zimms, of course, one half of SmackDown Tag Team Champions, but has never held singles gold before since joining the WWE. Corey has held the Universal Championship once, but that only lasted one day before he lost to Dean Ambrose. Braun Strowman, in real life, currently holds the Universal Championship, but has never held it in WITM. And Casey, of course, is the reigning Universal Champion. So definitely interesting dynamic. Have to find out the balance between working with your tag team partner and doing better than they do, so you get the pin or submission, as Zimms already busted open this matchup and has his body in the yellow zone. Braun Strowman already using his incredible power to his advantage to already wear down Zimms very early on in this matchup. But now Zimms showing off some incredible power of his own with the back body drop to the massive Braun Strowman. Now Strowman with an Irish whip in, sending Zimms onto the apron, and now a punch is going to send Zimms to the outside. Now they can fight on the outside as long as they want, and weapons are now in play as well should they choose to use those. There's a running STO by Strowman. Gut punch by Strowman. Zimms responds with a strike of his own and now plunges his knees into the shoulders of Strowman to send him down to the mat, and now Zimms will head back into the ring. But then I guess realizes there is no countout in play anymore, and so goes back on the outside to attack Strowman. Now Strowman, his body's in the yellow zone as well. They're now both even health-wise, other than the fact that Zimms is busted open. There's another running STO from Strowman, who's just going to kind of walk in place into the shoulder of Zimms by now. And now Strowman, he's going to take advantage of this no disqualification rule and grab a sledgehammer. Zimms reverses and plunges the handle of the sledgehammer into the stomach of Strowman, but he makes a possibly costly mistake of leaving that sledgehammer open for Strowman to regain. He's able to knock out the hands of Strowman and connect with a future shock DDT, spiking the head of Strowman into the handle of that sledgehammer to Zimms become Universal Champion. No, he nearly does, but Strowman powers out at 2. Zimms nearly put into this match, with Casey and Corey not even getting a chance to compete yet. Zimms might not have any plans to tag Corey into this matchup. And once again, very nearly becomes Universal Champion, but Casey is able to break up the cover to keep his reign alive, and now Zimms making the brave decision to allow Corey to enter this matchup. Corey could easily capitalize on Zimms' offense and be the man to walk out with the Universal title. Legion claims that they don't care which member walks out with the Universal title as long as one of them gets it. But is that true? Will Zimms be okay with Corey capitalizing on his offense and becoming Universal Champion if that indeed happens? As Corey busts open Strowman. Corey now sent to the apron.
Nice right hand.
And now Strowman sends him crashing into the barricade and taunts him, and now we'll head to the outside. Now Strowman with a series of strikes, but Corey with a knee to break it up. Corey does have a signature maneuver built up. Corey showing some impressive power, tossing the huge Braun Strowman around like a rag doll. But now Strowman responds by choking the life out of Corey and connecting with a massive gut punch and a stomp to the back. Now Strowman trying to get the support of the WWE Universe. He's in a pretty bad way health-wise, but is currently on the offensive against Corey. He has yet to tag in the defending Universal Champion Casey. Casey wanted the tag and stuck his hand out for the emergency tag, but Strowman couldn't quite get there. Now Corey connects with the Shadow Breaker. Strowman now has 2 injured body parts. We could see Corey start a second Universal title reign here. And we will. The defending Universal Champion Casey doesn't even get an opportunity to compete in this matchup. The Legion remains SmackDown Tag Team Champions, but more importantly, Corey is your new Universal Champion. The Legion now holds every title available to SmackDown's male superstars with this win.
Down the doors, a fine line between hooligans and whores.
Okay, so now we find ourselves at Friday Night SmackDown, where the Legion, Corey, Ayat Master, and Zimms are set to celebrate the events following Backlash that now finds them holding every title there is available to male superstars on SmackDown. But before they can make their way to the ring for their celebration, Corey is confronted backstage by the chairman of the board, Vince McMahon. What does he have to say to Corey? Corey, I want to congratulate you on becoming Universal Champion and on the success of the Legion and WITM as a whole. I know you and I haven't exactly been on the best terms throughout the years, but just know that I do appreciate everything that you and the rest of the WITM members have done for WWE. However, as you know, your contract that you famously forced me to sign 2 years ago following WrestleMania expires tonight at midnight. The same contract that protects not just your employment, but that of the rest of the WITM superstars associated with WITM as well. And while WITM members certainly have done a lot for the WWE throughout the years, there are a lot of costs associated with having you all on our payroll. With there being new attires made for Zimms on a regular basis that we have to pay for, one new copyright entrance song after another for WITM stars that we have to pay for, a big expensive contract for Dalton to convince him to stay in WWE and not go back to Hollywood, and the liability of having Gerald wrestle at his age, etc. Furthermore, when the WWE is allowed to have full arenas full of WWE Universe members once again, I want to take WWE in a new direction, where we find and build up our own new talent, rather than relying on established indie performers such as you and the rest of the WITM members. And I did not mean to back all the way out. Of course, I'd make a mistake in the very first video. But hey, it's been about a year and a half since I recorded, so forgive me. Moving on. And so, I regret to inform you that the services of you, as well as the rest of the WITM superstars we signed from WITM, are no longer required after tonight. If you'd like, you can still go to the ring with the Legion tonight, and we'll run an angle that involves you being injured and losing your titles. Alright, so Corey and every other WITM member has now been fired from the WWE. If Vince McMahon says it's basically just a cost-cutting measure, how will Corey respond? That won't, as Mr. McMahon offers a handshake, Corey says that won't be necessary. I'm not giving you the satisfaction. You can't fire me because I quit. And then we can, of course, see him do so, but he throws the Universal title and SmackDown tag titles on the floor. So now every WITM member, Corey, Dalton, Roush, Zimms, Ayat Master, and all the others, they are now fired from the WWE at this point in time being late 2020. Where do we go from here? Moxley, I did everything I could to convince you to join me in my inner circle. I mean, hell, I even offered you a $2.5 million car. And yet, you continue to play the lone wolf. And what's worse, you parade around here with my AEW World Championship, when everybody knows that I am Le Champion. But Mox, you may have all of these stupid idiots here in Jacksonville behind you, but you don't have Roman or Seth anymore to back you up in this ring, or anyone else in the locker room that's willing to back you up. So over the next few weeks, how about we let each and every member of the inner circle show you what you're missing by rejecting my offer, starting with tonight, where you will go against Santana and Ortiz. And if you can't convince someone back there to join you, then I guess we'll just have to have ourselves a 2-on-1 handicap match. So what do you say, Mox? The AEW World Champion Jon Moxley has made his way to the ring. How will he respond to Chris Jericho's challenge? For once, you're actually right, Chris. I don't have many friends, and certainly not in the AEW locker room. But what you don't know is that I do have family. I think it's high time to introduce them to the world. So Jacksonville, let's give a warm welcome to my long-lost little brother and my tag team partner here tonight, Zimms Moxley. Okay, folks, well, looks like Zimms, formerly of the Generation and the Legion in the WWE, former SmackDown Tag Team Champion, is now All Elite and the storyline little brother of the AEW World Champion Jon Moxley. For anybody wondering, this is a storyline that the real-life Austin Zimmerman, the creator of Zimms, really wanted to do at some point, tag with Jon Moxley as his little brother at some point in one of the WITM seasons, and so during these last few matches of Zimms and our tribute to him, we will be doing this storyline. So, Zimms Moxley, the newest member of All Elite Wrestling and the little brother, storyline-wise, of Jon Moxley, is in the ring, microphone in hand, to make his AEW debut and confront Chris Jericho. What does he have to say? You know how good it is. You have no idea how good it is to be here in AEW alongside my brother Jon. But you know what I'll enjoy even more? Beating the hell out of each and every member of the Inner Circle, starting tonight with Santana and Ortiz. Okay, and that sets the stage for this match, the AEW debut of Zimms Moxley. And if you look to the right of your screen, someone else is All Elite, another former WWE superstar, the fiance of Zimms Moxley, Evelyn, is also All Elite. She will serve as the manager for Zimms Moxley and Jon Moxley, who will be calling their team Mox Violence, and they debut against Santana and Ortiz, also known as Proud and Powerful. They are representing Chris Jericho's Inner Circle as the first matchup in Chris Jericho's challenge of Jon Moxley facing every member of the Inner Circle, with a little help, of course, from Zimms Moxley. Let's get our first WITM match in a year and a half underway. It's Mox Violence versus Santana and Ortiz representing the Inner Circle.
following contest is scheduled for one fall. On the way to the ring, at a combined weight of 390 pounds, Santana and Ortiz.
This is the one this crowd has been waiting for, guys. Tag team action coming up. I can't wait, Michael. Like this crowd, I had my eyes on this match ever since it was announced. If I wasn't proud, then I wouldn't be powerful. Yo, put your hands up. We don't do the gang signs. I'm proud. Let me show you how I bang mine. Wrong step, looking through a landmine. Even for the landlord, hang 'em like a clothesline. I smell fear. Introduce it to my canine. True canine. Plenty of star power in this tag team match, guys, when you say absolutely, Michael. In fact, if you ask me, all four of these competitors have what it takes to be top single stars here in the WWE. And it looks like it'll be these two superstars kicking it off.
And
here
there's the
tonight.
bell. This match is
Tag team
underway.
action in full effect, guys, and these superstars are
It is great to be commentating a WITM matchup once again, as we have Santana and Ortiz represent the Inner Circle taking on Mox Violence, Zimms Moxley, and the AEW World Champion Jon Moxley, accompanied by Evelyn. And I hope the audio levels are okay. I'm still trying to get used to my new Elgato, as well as streaming through OBS, so hopefully nothing's drowned out or anything. Try to test everything out, as we have Santana working the leg of Zimms Moxley, making his AEW debut, trying to help out Big Brother John in his feud with Chris Jericho in his Inner Circle, as Santana tries to put Zimms away early, but it's only going to be about a 1 count. Santana forces Zimms into his team's corner and then drives his head into the canvas, and there's a stomp to the leg. Now Zimms finally starting to get some offense in and force him into the Mox Violence corner, but Santana's going to fight that off with a series of elbow strikes. And there's an Irish whip into Santana and Ortiz's corner, as here comes Ortiz for a double team attack. It's going to be a running knee, a running elbow, and a diving elbow, and another diving elbow. 4 moves in a row by Santana and Ortiz. We're looking strong early in this match. Zimms Moxley a little bit shaky here in his AEW debut. Now Zimms drags Ortiz closer to the Mox Violence corner. Can't get him all the way there, but will tag in the AEW World Champion, formerly known as Dean Ambrose, Jon Moxley, the kayfabe big brother of Zimms. There's a neck breaker from Ortiz. And he's trying to drag Moxley closer to their corner and is able to do so as he tags in Santana. Santana with a stomp to the arm, and now technical wrestling working the arm of Moxley. Thought about making another tag, but instead decided to work the leg. Good technical wrestling shown early on by Santana and Ortiz. There's Santana forced to the Mox Violence corner. And now Moxley trying to give them a little taste of their own mess and work the arm, but Santana is able to reverse. Reverse Russian leg sweep by Moxley and a stomp to the arm. Now attacking the arm again. Moxley making a point to attack the arm and before stomping the shoulder. And now attacking the head of Santana, but Santana is able to reverse fairly quickly. Pile driver by Santana and a stomp to the arm. So far it's been all Santana and Ortiz, but here comes Moxley hoping to change that. And a huge neck breaker by Santana and a stomp to the leg. Irish whip into the corner. Moxley forced to the top turnbuckle. What does Santana have in mind? AEW faithful loving this match as Moxley powerbomb to the outside. Isn't crashing into the barricade. Right now it is all Santana and Ortiz as Santana and John Moxley find the outside. John Moxley busted open. Moxley with a reversal and a clothesline. A chop from Moxley, and now he sends Santana into his knee. Moxley starting to come back now, but Santana is able to send this match back inside the ring. And now Moxley with an Irish whip into the Mox Violence corner. And now Santana attacking, or rather Moxley attacking the head of Santana, sending him repeatedly into that top turnbuckle, and there's a stomp to the leg. Moxley starting to get fired up here. John Moxley certainly no stranger to violent matches, and he's got another one here. And will we see Zimms Moxley make his way back into this match? No. Santana with a reversal before John can make that tag. But they will make a tag of their own and execute another double team maneuver. Great double team move by Santana and Ortiz. Zimms Moxley wants back into this match, but John, I'm not sure he knows where he is right now. That blood covers his face. And Moxley sent back into the Santana and Ortiz corner as they continue to dominate this matchup. Moxley may be regretting not joining the inner circle right now, as he's been completely dominated as the blood pours down his face. Says Moxley needs to get tagged in, but John just can't seem to make his way there. AEW World Champion being embarrassed here right now, but there is a shoulder tackle. And now Moxley with the Thez press punching away at the head of Ortiz and stomping at his chest. And trying to get the AEW faithful behind him here. Arm drag by Ortiz and a right. Uppercut. And yet again, Moxley sent into the opposition's corner, but he's able to fight himself out of it this time. And now tries to return the favor. Reversal by Ortiz. And a suplex. Can John make the emergency tag to Zimms? No. We have not seen very much of Zimms in this matchup, and he needs to get in this ring as John is in a bad way as Ortiz looks to finish this match right here, right now. The finisher will connect the set-out powerbomb. Ortiz goes for a cover. And Zimms is able to stop the count. And maybe save this matchup. Now John looking for the paradigm shift. Looking to swing the momentum in this matchup in the favor of Mox Violence. Paradigm shift connects. As the referee comes back to his senses. Cover is made. Ortiz gets out at 2. And now John finally is able to make that tag to Zimms Moxley. Zimms getting fired up as he finally sees some more action here in his AEW debut. Zimms with an elbow drop. Now forces Ortiz to his feet. Irish up into the Mox Violence corner and a reversal by Ortiz who sends Zimms into the corner. Ortiz decides to tag in Santana. Santana trying to get a submission move, but I believe Zimms got a rope break there. Irish whip into Santana and Ortiz's corner. Irish whip into the Mox Violence corner. And reversal by Santana. Irish whip into the Santana and Ortiz corner. There's a right from Santana, but reversal by Zimms. Roundhouse kick to the head connects. Zimms drags Ortiz closer to center ring, or rather Santana. And now a stomp to the groin of Santana. Now technical wrestling by Zimms, focus on the head. Now Zimms looking to put this match away and secure a victory in his AEW debut, and that will connect. But Ortiz is there to break up the pin, and Zimms tries to fight Ortiz off, but is reversed. Zimms crawls over towards Santana. Thought he might try to make another cover here, but instead he's just going to take a moment to catch his breath and try to recover. Both legal men down on the ground. Who will make it to their feet first? It's going to be Santana, as he looks to get back on the attack. Irish whip into the Santana Ortiz corner and an elbow strike. Santana comes off the rope with a running drop kick. And Zimms is going to head back outside and take a moment to recover before taking more punishment courtesy of Santana. And there is a pile driver. Now Santana looking to take flight. And great reversal by Zimms, catching him mid-air and slamming him to the canvas. Now Zimms looking to attack the leg, but reversal by Santana. Hurricane Rana by Santana, who's starting to get pumped up. This is starting to be a great back and forth match between two teams I'm sure will quickly become rivals if they aren't already. And now Santana trying to make his comeback, and that's going to bust open Zimms. Both members of Mox Violence now busted open. And now yet another spike pile driver to that bloodied head of Zimms. And now Santana attacking the arm of Zimms. And getting fired up. Kick to the leg. Leg of Zimms attacked again, but he's able to get back to his feet. Zimms with a suplex. Zimms trying to get the AEW faithful behind Mox Violence, but that allows Ortiz to get tagged into this matchup, and he goes for a surprise cover. Referee distracted by Jon Moxley. Or no, rather distracted by Evelyn, formerly known as WWE superstar Rose, a former NXT champion, providing a distraction for Mox Violence, but meanwhile Ortiz trying to put this match away, hitting a signature maneuver, and now working the bloodied head of Zimms. Zimms forced to his feet. Ash up into Santana and Ortiz's corner, but Santana is not available for a tag. Zimms makes the emergency tag to Jon Moxley, who connects with a rolling neck breaker. But there was a reversal by Ortiz, who tells Jon to suck it. Reversal by Jon. Arm drag by Ortiz. And a slap to the head of Moxley. Reversal by Jon. Suplex by Jon. Ortiz forced to his feet. Reversal by Ortiz. Ortiz with a suplex into a cover. Jon powers out at 2. Neckbreaker by Jon. That bust open that wound majorly. Jon's entire face now covered in his own blood. And there's another signature maneuver by Ortiz. They are trying to put away the AEW World Champion. What is it going to take? Here comes Santana for a double team maneuver. And Jon still somehow is able to keep on fighting. Powering out at 2.5. And reversal by Jon. He needs to make a tag to Zimms, but Santana outstrips him into the corner instead. Reversal by Jon. Outstrip into the Mox Violence corner, but reversal by Santana before Jon can make that tag. Brainbuster. And a swinging neckbreaker by Santana. Yet another spike pile driver by Santana to that very blade head of Jon Moxley. Reversal by Moxley. Can he make that tag now? No. Another reversal by Santana. And now single leg Boston Crab. And finally that submission is broken. A great opportunity now for Jon to make the tag, but instead he's taking a paradigm shift. And that will connect. Busting open Santana. This turned to a bloodbath. And Mox Violence picks up the victory off that paradigm shift out of nowhere. Zimms Moxley successful in his AEW debut. The victory goes to Mox Violence.
Here are your winners, Zimms Moxley and Jon Moxley.
So we just witnessed Mox Violence score a victory over Santana and Ortiz, the first representatives in this war between Mox Violence and the Inner Circle. Is now the following week, the next week of AEW Dynamite. What will we see next in the Inner Circle and Mox Violence rivalry? We head backstage where Chris Jericho addresses last week's events and what we have in store this week. Mox Violence. Last week, you two scored a fluke victory over Santana and Ortiz. But what you don't realize is that match was just a warm-up. Tonight, it gets real because tonight, you two stupid idiots will take on Les Sex Gods, consisting of myself, Le Champion, Chris Jericho, and the sexy as hell, Chris Jericho's words actually used on TV, not mine, the sexy as hell Spanish God, Sammy Guevara. And I cannot wait to personally get some vengeance on you, John. And as an added bonus, send Zimms back to the unemployment line that he came from. Now the current AEW World Champion John Moxley gets a chance to respond. What does he have to say about Chris Jericho's challenge? Chris, even at their best, Santana and Ortiz weren't able to beat us. It just goes to show you that blood really is thicker than water. But if you didn't understand that lesson last week, don't worry, because I'll be glad to beat it into little pea brains of you and your little boyfriend here tonight. And now the WITM representative in this rivalry, Zimms Moxley, gets a chance to speak. What does he have to say? Inner Circle. Last week, you all got a taste of what I can do, and what Mox Violence can do. And tonight, I get an opportunity to finally make Chris Jericho shut the hell up, which is one of the primary reasons I came to AEW in the first place. And you can bet, when it's the Mox Brothers versus the Inner Circle, it's going to get violent. Alright, well I didn't mean to go ahead and start the match now, but here we are. Those promos set the stage for this following match. The Inner Circle represented by Les Sex Gods, an impromptu tag team of Chris Jericho, the leader of the Inner Circle himself, and Sammy Guevara, the Spanish God, taking on Mox Violence, Zimms Moxley, and John Moxley, the brothers Moxley, and Zimms' fiancée Evelyn in their corner. As we wait for the match to load up, I did not mean again to start this recording at the loading screen, but yeah, I do apologize. Hopefully it will not take long. Game. Alright, cool. So how's everybody's evening going? Alright, cool, match time.
Sammy Guevara. Yeah. This is my moment to shine. This is my time for flight. I've been grinding forever just for this very night. I've been pushing for many moments like this. This time is undervalued and no one ever could miss. This is my chance.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, from Houston, Texas, weighing in at 185 pounds, Sammy
all in the same night. Hustle my way to the top. They get this moment, this future. No doubt we own it. The future is mine. On the line, Sammy Guevara, it's my time just to take flight. Put it all on the line in the same night. Hustle my way just to get this moment. There is no doubt that we own it. The future is mine. I got so much on the line. This is my moment to shine. This is
And there's the bell. This match is underway. Sammy Guevara gets things started for Les Sex Gods. Zimms Moxley starts things for Mox Violence. Sammy Guevara no longer in real life aligned to Jericho and now a face. But at this point in time, he was part of the Inner Circle. Very close with Chris Jericho, probably his favorite member of Inner Circle. And he tags with the man himself, Chris Jericho, tonight. As there is an Irish whip into Les Sex Gods corner. A reversal by Zimms Moxley. And now an Irish whip into the Mox Violence corner. Reversal by Guevara as he already tries to make Jon Moxley a non-factor in this match. Headbutting him off of the turnbuckle. Jericho wants in already for a piece of Zimms Moxley. But Zimms doing a good job of preventing that from happening. Now Guevara forced up to his feet. Zimms goes for that roundhouse, but Guevara is able to catch the leg. And now comes in Chris Jericho, the leader of the Inner Circle, to take on Zimms Moxley. Zimms says taking on Jericho was one of the main reasons he came to AEW. He wanted to shut him up. Well, he gets his opportunity right here, right now, via this tag team matchup, and right now it is all Chris Jericho. Is the experience of Jericho going to dominate Zimms Moxley, who only had a few matches in WWE before being fired, and now wrestles just his second match here in AEW. Right now it is all Jericho. But there is an Irish whip by Zimms to force Jericho on the ropes, and he decides to let Big Brother John, the world champion, take on Jericho for the time being. Great pile driver there by Jericho. Right now it is all Les Sex Gods and all Chris Jericho, but there's an uppercut by Moxley. Moxley with a suplex. Uppercut by Jericho. Suplex by Moxley. Guevara wants back in, but Jericho nowhere near their corner right now as Moxley continues his offense. A chop by Moxley and a Hurricane Rana by Moxley. That's not a move you'd think you'd see him do, but well executed by Moxley. And now Jericho tries to force Moxley closer to the Sex God's corner. He'll get him about halfway across the ring, and now in comes Sammy Guevara. Kick to the chest of Moxley by Guevara. Arm drag by Moxley, and now Moxley forced into the Sex God's corner. And a bit of a fancy flip and back heel there by Guevara. Rolling cutter by Guevara, and now Moxley forced up to his feet and into the Sex God's corner, and in comes Chris Jericho for a double team maneuver. Knee straight to the face of Moxley, kind of like a code breaker, but in this case, a little bit different. Jericho with a powerbomb. How about a second? How about a third? Jericho very powerful despite being up there in age. And now Jericho goes for a cover. And Zimms is there to make the save. And then eats a huge right from Jericho. It's going to take him out of the equation for the time being. And right now, the Sex Gods take advantage of the numbers game. The referee trying to break that up. Jericho and Jon Moxley are the legal men in this matchup right now. Here's Jon. Plunging the head of Jericho straight into the canvas. He's going to take a moment to recover. You see him working that shoulder, working that arm. As Jericho starts to stir once again. Goes for a kick and Moxley catches the leg. Huge neck breaker by John. Now Jericho forced into the corner. And Jericho's face sent along that ring rope. Now Jericho forced along the ropes right next to his tag team partner Guevara. Moxley comes off the ropes with a clothesline. Moxley starting to show some signs of fatigue here, but keeps the offense going. Irish whip, a strong Irish whip sends Jericho crashing outside, where Moxley will pursue him. A strike to, I believe, the throat of Jericho. And now Jericho, Moxley trade blows. Jericho goes for a dropkick. Moxley evades. Now it's Jericho with a series of strikes. And now a suplex by Jericho. We are at a count of 6. These men need to head back to the ring soon. Moxley is sent there. Jericho taking a moment to recover. And now will join Moxley in the ring. Jericho getting fired up. Jericho going for his comeback sequence. And that is successful. There is a stomp to the arm. And an elbow strike. Zimms wants back into this matchup. But right now it is all Jericho. Show some disrespect to John. There is a reversal by John. Will he now look for that tag to Zimms, who's trying to get the AEW fans behind them? No, instead, he's thinking paradigm shift. Paradigm shift connects. Moxley goes for cover. And Guevara breaks up the cover at 2. Now Moxley going for his comeback sequence. Guevara wants back in. Zimms wants back in this match too, but for the majority of this match it has been Chris Jericho versus Jon Moxley, the former champion versus the current one. Drop kick by Moxley. Jericho sent crashing outside. Moxley will get a moment to recover here. Here comes Jericho with a fist to the face of Moxley, and now a series of strikes. Moxley disoriented as he is sent into this X-God's corner, and in comes Sammy Guevara. But first a double team maneuver. Zimms wants back into this match. Irish whip into the corner. Super kick to the groin of Moxley, and now Guevara wants to take flight here. Beautiful 450 splash into a cover. And somehow Moxley is able to power out at 2 without the help of Zimms, who kind of just watched the cover happen. Must have been really confident that John could power out, as he did. DDT by Guevara as Moxley is able to crawl over to Zimms, as not sure what Guevara was thinking there, completely allowing that to happen. But here comes Zimms. And Guevara with a suplex starting to show some signs of exhaustion. He's had quite a flurry of offense that's being tagged back in. And now technical wrestling going after the leg of Zimms. And now targeting the arm, trying to wear down those limbs. Smart technical wrestling by Sammy Guevara. Guevara now sent into the Mox Violence corner, and John is not currently there. Guevara already looking to get Jericho back into this matchup. And now as Zimms is into the outside, will he take that opportunity to do so? As he works the arm. Now Zimms back inside the ring. Still Jon Moxley not a factor in this match as he just now returns to the corner. Guevara wants to take flight once again. And another 450 splash by Guevara. And Zimms powers out. Now all four men in the ring. Stunner by Zimms. And Jericho comes out of seemingly nowhere to make the save. And now Zimms trying to make sure he's a non-factor, but Jericho is able to reverse him. Guevara down, Zimms getting fired up. And now Zimms going for his comeback sequence. Jericho wants in. Zimms trying to make sure that doesn't happen. Attacking the arm of Guevara. Zimms goes for cover. Guevara powers out. There's a knee to the back of Guevara. Zimms trying to take flight here, didn't quite pan out for him, and now there's some elbow strikes. Trip into the corner of Mox Violence, and here comes Jon Moxley. There's a boot to the face of Guevara that busts open that face, and now Moxley looking to finish this match with another paradigm shift to the bloodied Sammy Guevara. Moxley goes for cover. And Jericho is there to make the save once again. This match would likely be over were it not for Jericho making that save. And now a bloody Guevara tries to mount some offense here, not having much luck. But that dropkick will connect. Is Guevara going to look to take flight once again? Yes, he does. A different move this time around. Guevara, despite the blood and taking finishers from each one of the Moxley brothers, remains in this matchup. And now Zimms back in the ring. There's an arm drag by Guevara and an enziguri. Guevara again with an opportunity to make a tag, just elects not to. And now a submission to the bloodied face of Guevara. And yet Guevara fights on despite Zimms targeting a obviously injured part of Guevara. 3-1-8 by Zimms. Now it's Zimms trying to give Guevara a taste of his own medicine, looking to take flight here. Guevara evades. Now that blood has moved to the chest of Guevara, as in comes Jon Moxley. As the head of Sammy Guevara just continues to take punishment. They warned the Sex Gods it was going to be violent if they stepped into the ring with them, and we are seeing some violence right now. Guevara been referred to by his tag team partner as sexy as hell. Well, he's not looking too sexy right now with that blood covering his face and chest. Zimms trying to make up his mind what he wants to do here. He's going to try to take flight once again, and once again it will not pan out. Guevara able to evade. And there's an Irish whip into the corner. And a kick to the chest and a headbutt. Zimms kind of caught on the ropes there. What does Guevara have in mind? Is a drop kick to the now bloodied face of Zimms. Guevara returning the favor, getting some revenge. We are seeing yet another violent contest in this rivalry between the Inner Circle and Mox Violence. Guevara was flipped off earlier by Zimms. He does it now to Zimms Moxley. These two men can't stand each other, and it is very evident here in this matchup as Zimms tries to force Guevara into the Mox Violence corner, and Guevara is able to fight it off. Quite surprised that neither man has been able to make a tag here. They're so frustrated with each other, they don't even care about their injuries right now. They just want to beat the living hell out of each other. And we are seeing that right here, right now, as Guevara with another 450 splash and a cover. And Zimms is still able to power out. Sammy giving it just about all he's got. He's running out of energy, but he stomps away at the back of Zimms as there is a clothesline by Guevara. And now Zimms Moxley is able to make that tag to John. Guevara thought about making a tag to Jericho, but elects not to. And now Moxley with another comeback. And an elbow strike to Guevara. Now Moxley forced into Latex Scott's corner. Reversal by Moxley. And now a paradigm shift connects. Will this put into this tag team war? Somehow Guevara is able to fight on. I thought for sure that'd be the end of this match. I was quite surprised Jericho not trying to make a save. And I thought that was going to cost the Sex Gods this matchup. Now Mox is going to try it again. This time Jericho will make the save. And this tag team war will continue as Moxley stares straight at Jericho and continues to punish his tag team partner Sammy Guevara. But there's a reversal by Guevara. And now finally Chris Jericho will re-enter this match. Maybe. No! Jericho would not re-enter this matchup. The very bloodied, very injured Guevara stays in as Moxley continues to punish him. Not quite sure what the Sex God strategy is here. Irish whip into the Mox Violence corner. Reversal by Guevara and an elbow strike by Moxley. Guevara forced into the ropes. And now, again, forced into the ropes as he continues to be punished here. Elbow strike by Guevara. And a lariat by Moxley, who is tired here. Every man in this match is exhausted. Moxley looking to put this match away. And finally, Guevara has had enough. Mox Violence scores another victory here in their second week as a tag team. Alright, so following that tag team war last week between Les Sex Gods and Mox Violence, we have ourselves another week of AEW Dynamite. How or what will happen in this next chapter of this rivalry between Mox Violence and the Inner Circle? We once again find Chris Jericho backstage. What does he have to say? I can't believe you beat us again last week. And you know what? It's no one's fault but mine, because I got sidetracked from the real issue at hand. And that's the fact that you, Jon Moxley, stole the AEW World Championship from me, Le Champion, Chris Jericho. And I think it's about high time that I right that wrong. So tonight, I want Mox versus Jericho, one-on-one. What do you say about that? Jon Moxley responds to Jericho's challenge for a one-on-one match between Mox versus Jericho. You want Mox versus Jericho one-on-one? You got it, pal. And hey, if you win tonight, I'll even grant you another AEW title opportunity next week on Dynamite.
Personified, and I will drag you down and sell you out. Run away. I am cold like December snow. I have carved out this soul made of stone, and I will drag you down and sell you out. Embraced by the darkness, I'm losing the light. Encircled by demons, I fight. What have I become now that I've betrayed everyone I've ever loved? I pushed them all away, and I have been a slave to the Judas in my mind. Is there something left for me to save in the wreckage of my life? My life. I become man. Judas in my mind.
And his opponent, from Chicago, Illinois, weighing in at 130 pounds, BMM Oxley.
Time to rewind back to 1995 when we were nothing. Walking through the streets of Boston, no one listening, no one caring about the empty rooms we played. Until they all showed up one day, then we took the stage and everything changed. Turn that shit up louder. Make it all go faster. Playing through the witching hour. Take it to 1,000 horsepower.
There's the bell. This match is underway. Jericho said backstage he wanted Moxley versus him one-on-one. He did not specify which Moxley, and out comes Zimms Moxley, the little brother in Mox Violence, for his first singles contest, and is against the leader of the Inner Circle, Chris Jericho. We also know that if Jericho can defeat Zimms Moxley here, he will get a title opportunity against his big brother John next week. But what does it mean for Zimms Moxley if he gets a victory here tonight. As they trade blows here and impressive maneuvers, Zimms is sent into the ropes. Irish whip into the corner and reversal by Jericho. Jericho, of course, a veteran of wrestling. 20 plus years in the business. Started in WCW. Went on to wrestle for many years in the WWE. Went to New Japan Pro Wrestling. And then joined AEW. Zimms had a few months in the WWE after, of course, training at the WITM School of Wrestling. Now competing in his third match overall, first singles match in AEW since all WITM members were fired from WWE. We'll see just how much he's learned, just what he brings to the table as a singles competitor here in AEW with a huge test against AEW's first world champion, Chris Jericho, here tonight. There's a nice reversal by Zimms. And a reverse Russian leg sweep. Zimms comes off the ropes. And connects with the axe handle and a stomp. Now Zimms targeting the head of Jericho, the self-proclaimed Le Champion, looking to be the real Le Champion here soon, but he needs to win here tonight. As does Zimms Moxley, looking for his first singles victory in his first singles match in AEW. And there's that roundhouse we've seen be so effective for Zimms in tag team contests. He gets a 2 count pretty early on in this match. There is a right from Jericho. Also, probably should mention this earlier, you see no member of the Inner Circle or Jon Moxley is out here tonight. It's just Zimms and Jericho as Zimms hits a stunner. Goes for cover and gets about a 2.5 count on Jericho. Zimms thought he had the victory here, but this match will continue. It's going to take more than that to put away a veteran, a former champion like Chris Jericho. And there is a reversal from Zimms. Arm drag by Jericho. A kick to the stomach. And a swinging neck breaker. Jericho forced up to his feet. Jericho is able to catch the leg on that kick, and now we have interference. Alright, so we saw interference in that matchup between Zimms Moxley and Chris Jericho. Sammy Guevara came in trying to provide a chair to Chris Jericho to attack Zimms Moxley with, but of course Big Brother John came out to make the save. Now Sammy Guevara and Chris Jericho have fled. Zimms is on the ground, still trying to recover, and Jon Moxley, the AEW World Champion, big brother of Zimms Moxley and tag team partner, is in the ring, microphone in hand. What does he have to say after chasing off the Sex Gods? I should know you'd show your true colors and be the coward that you are, Chris. Oh, and about that title shot I mentioned, you ain't getting it. Not you, and not any of you other Inner Circle jerks. But since I am a fighting champion, and I did mention an AEW Championship match next week, how about I go ahead and name my opponent next week with my AEW World title on the line? My opponent will be my brother, Zimms Moxley. Okay, and following last week's events, it is time for yet another edition of AEW Dynamite, where we just had a bombshell dropped last week. Jon Moxley, the AEW World Champion, named Zimms Moxley, his tag team partner, his brother, as his opponent this week, with the AEW World Championship on the line. How will these men respond? First, we'll hear from the challenger to AEW World Title, Zimms Moxley. What does he think about getting this shot so early in his time in AEW versus his brother, versus a man he looks up to, his tag team partner in Mox Violence, Jon Moxley? Let's hear what Zimms Moxley has to say. When I came to AEW, I had 3 goals in mind. Number 1, tag with my brother Jon. I did that. Number 2, beat the hell out of Jericho in the Inner Circle. I did that. And number 3 is to become AEW World Champion. Jon, it's going to be an honor to face you in that ring. But let me remind you just what I've done in this business already in my short time as a professional wrestler. I started with nothing. Then I became the face of a new generation. I went to war. I walked with death himself. I slayed a monster among men, and all of that led me here, to this opportunity. Jon, these last few weeks have been a dream come true. This career has been a dream come true. But for you, things are about to become a broken nightmare. Okay, and that sets the stage for the following matchup for the AEW World Championship. It will be 2 brothers clashing. The AEW World Champion, Jon Moxley, versus the opponent he has announced, his brother, his tag team partner, Zimms Moxley. And it will not just be a match for the AEW World Title, it will be the final match we'll ever see here in WITM of Zimms Moxley. Zimms as we knew him during his WWE days and WITM Indie Federation days. Will Zimms ride off into the sunset as AEW World Champion, or will Jon Moxley retain? We will find out. This match is of course dedicated to Austin Michael Zimmerman. We want to thank the real life Austin for everything he did for WITM, and we hope that this last match of his is a great one. Let's head to the entrances and to the match. Let's do it.
The following contest is a no-holds-barred match and is for the All-Star Wrestling Heavyweight Championship.
fucking nightmare.
Introducing the challenger from Chicago, Illinois, weighing in at 130 pounds, Zimms Oxley. Introducing the champion from Cincinnati, Ohio, weighing in at 225 pounds, he is the All-Star Wrestling Heavyweight Champion, John Oxley.
And there is the prize on the line for Zimms' last match here in WITM. The AEW World Heavyweight Championship. Zimms never was able to capture a major title in the WWE. He should have, but he gave that opportunity to Corey instead when he tagged him in at Backlash 2020 at the beginning of this prologue. Will he ride off into the sunset, the reigning AEW World Heavyweight Champion? Let's find out. This match is no holds barred, by the way, weapons in play. As there is John Moxley with a reverse leg sweep and a kick to the back. These two men respect the hell out of each other. They are storyline brothers, but they will not hold back. Neither man, as Zimms breaking out his broken nightmare persona that I created for him based on some personas he had in the past. A different entrance than we've seen before. I hope you all enjoyed it. Austin, I know you're up there watching. I hope you liked what I created in this tribute to you. And I know you would be super excited for this match were you here with us. Versus your idol, John Moxley, for the AEW World title. As there is a right from John to send Zimms crashing into the barricade outside. Now a series of rights from John. And a series of rights from Zimms as they fight on the outside, and they can do this as long as they want. There are no countouts. As Zimms plunge into the knee of John, now forced up to his feet. Suplex by John. Zimms forced up again. And his head slammed into the ring canvas. Right now it is the defending champion John in control here on the outside of the ring. As every time Zimms gets up, he just knocked right down by John. But there is Zimms starting to mount some offense here with a series of punches and now axe handles to the back of John to send him down the ground. And now Zimms taunting him, telling him to get up. And now forces John up, but a shoulder tackle from John, who's seeking the support of the AEW faithful, is going to send Zimms crashing right back to the ground. There's a knife hand chop and a series of chops. And now Zimms sent back to the ring, joined by John. Now Zimms sent to the corner, to the top turnbuckle. And Zimms sent halfway across the ring. And now John goes for covers. He remain World Heavyweight Champion. No, Zimms powers out at 2. There's a reversal by Zimms. Suplex by John. Zimms needs to start getting on the attack and have a sustained attack and quick, as it has been pretty much all John Moxley up to this point. There's a stomp to the chest and a series of rights to the head of Zimms. Now a stomp to the back. And repeated blows to the head, now attacking the arm. Swinging neck breaker connects. John goes for cover. And Zimms again powers out at 2. There's a kick to the back. And a back rake by John Moxley. And Zimms once again plunging to the knee of John, as is all John here in this AEW World Title matchup. Now attacking the face of Zimms. Zimms finally starts to mount some offense, and he's looking for support of the AEW fans as he goes to mount his comeback, which he desperately needs to work here, and so far so good. There's a roundhouse from Zimms, who goes for covers. He becomes AEW World Champion. No, John powers out at 2. But here comes a finisher attempt from Zimms. And the stunner is reversed by John, possibly keeping his title alive with that reversal. But now Zimms isn't giving up. He's starting to mount some offense. But here comes John with a reversal. Arm drag by Zimms. A right by Zimms to force John onto the ropes. And now John plunged onto those ropes. There's a right from Zimms. And a strong Irish whip to send John to the outside, as it's Zimms now starting to gain some control in this match. There's a right from Zimms. As John is being sent down the entrance ramp, John tries to fight back, but here comes Zimms with another fury of strikes. Moxley starting to strike back now, or John rather. There's a push from Zimms. And now John plunged into the knee of Zimms, getting a taste of his own mess. We've seen John use that move many times. What started off as complete domination by John Moxley has turned into a great back and forth matchup, with momentum now in Zimms' favor. As the head of John is sent into the bottom rope, Zimms heads back into the ring. There's a swinging neck breaker from John, as he is starting to get fired up and goes for a cover. Zimms powers out at 2. John now sent, or rather Zimms sent to his feet, as John is going for his comeback sequence. If this works out how he plans, it may be enough to keep him as World Heavyweight Champion. There's a reversal by Zimms. John sent to the ropes. But before he can even be forced back outside, he reverses to get himself back inside the ring. Zimms catches, or rather John catches the leg of Zimms, and now John getting fired up forces Zimms to his feet. Now it's Zimms on the ropes. And a reversal to send John onto the ropes, but he comes back with a lariat, signature maneuver of his. Zimms with an uppercut. Suplex by Zimms. Now John forced into a seated position. Zimms attacks the head and neck of John as he looks for his finisher once again. Stunner reverse once again. John refuses to take that stunner. That would possibly spell the end of his AEW World Title reign. Now John forced a top turnbuckle. There's a right from Zimms. And Zimms suplexes him halfway across the ring. That took a little bit out of both men. Zimms goes for a cover. And John powers out at 2, keeping his world title reign alive. At least for now. John forced to his feet. Zimms forces him into a seated position. There's a right from John. Zimms is busted open. Now blood mixed in with that black and purple face paint of the Broken Nightmare Zimms, and John is going right after that head of Zimms and goes for cover. Zimms powers out at 2. John said he does not care that it's his little brother he's in the ring with. He will spill blood if it means remaining AEW World Champion. Now he's looking to finish this match right here, but this time Zimms reverses the paradigm shift. Neither man has been able to hit their finisher. Every attempt at the paradigm shift and stunner has missed, and now Zimms is trying the third time for the stunner. It connects. Zimms goes for cover. And John powers out at 2. The stunner finally connects. It is not enough to put away Jon Moxley. AEW World title still on the line. Zimms was the first man to get his finisher to connect, and that is still not enough. And there's the paradigm shift. Will this be enough for John to remain champion? Zimms powers out at 2. What a match. Pay-per-view quality match here on AEW Dynamite. World title on the line. 2 brothers clashing. The final match ever we will see of Zimms Moxley. Prior to the events that will follow this match, these men are giving it all. Zimms is fired up, but John on the outside. Zimms will join him on the outside. There's a right from John. And a reversal from Zimms. Suplex by Zimms. And a swinging neck breaker. John forced to his feet. A right from Zimms. Zimms forces him into his knee. John laying out the bottom of the entrance ramp as Zimms continues to attack. There's a knee slammed into that space between the entrance ramp and that canvas on the outside. Now John starting to attack Zimms as he's sent crashing into the steel of the entrance ramp. Now John targeting the leg. Zimms forced to his feet. There's a right from John. Reversal by Zimms. And a DDT right on the bottom of that entrance ramp. And now John Irish up into the ring canvas. Zimms may be trying to send this match back inside the ring. But first, a suplex. Zimms is back into the ring. This match will not end by countout, so Zimms is taking his time to recover. Waiting for John to make his way back inside the ring. As John gingerly, slowly starts to get back up. John's back in. Is Zimms ready? No, it's John with a reverse Russian leg sweep. John getting fired up. Now it's Zimms struggling to get back to his feet as John forces him up. Brainbuster attempt reversed by Zimms. Another great reversal by Zimms. He's thinking 3-1-8. It connects. Zimms looking to take flight. It connects. Zimms goes for cover. Zimms is AEW World Heavyweight Champion. Zimms is AEW World Heavyweight Champion. And just his 4th match in AEW, the last match we'll ever see here on WITM. Congratulations to Zimms Moxley and the late Austin Michael Zimmerman. Zimms Moxley is AEW World Heavyweight Champion. He has defeated his idol, his kayfabe big brother John. He is the AEW World Heavyweight Champion here in our WITM universe.